Hey guys, how are you guys doing today?
Good.
Thank you. That's good. Well, welcome back to our stress management class. I'm so happy to see that all of you were able to make it today. Thank you for that. Well, before I get started, I'm going to go over our ground rules from our previous session, especially confidentiality. Remember, last week we discussed that in order to make this a safe place, everything that's being said in this room stays in this room. However, if I feel in any way you guys are being harmed, then I must report it. Number 2, everyone speaks one at a time, which you guys did an amazing job, so thank you for that. And number 3, respect. Although we don't agree with somebody, we need to respect every individual. And remember, just be yourselves and feel free to share your thoughts and ideas. Okay, so now having that said, I want to recap in what we discussed last week. Last week, I went over stress management. We were able to introduce ourselves and share some things that caused us to stress, right? Do you guys remember that? Okay, good. So to see if you guys were really paying attention, who wants to share something you learned from last week's session? So we could kind of like break the ice. Who wants to share?
I remember we talked about the breathing exercises.
The breathing exercises, okay. Did you try some of those breathing exercises during this week?
No. I tried the listening to music.
Oh, okay. How did that work?
It went okay.
Okay, fantastic. Anybody else wants to share?
Just about working out to relieve your stress.
Okay, that's another perfect strategy. Okay. Melissa?
I actually tried to do exercise also, but yoga.
Yoga. That's right. You did mention last week that you wanted to do yoga. Okay.
Yeah, I tried it. It was pretty relaxing afterwards.
Okay, that's good. By the way, I saw you got new glasses. I love them.
Oh, thank you. That's good too.
Yes.
I actually tried the breathing exercises, but they were really successful. So I just went to the gym. That's fine.
Okay, well, you didn't want to success with the breathing exercise, but you said the gym. So was that successful?
Yeah, a whole lot better than just breathing.
I think you can understand. No, definitely. Thank you, though. Okay. Well, for today's session, we will start off by going over your homework. Because remember, I left an assignment from last week, which I hope everyone did. And then we will do a short activity to see what you have learned and if last session did help you guys. My goal for today's session is so you guys can get a deeper understanding of managing stress and to have control of managing it. I want you guys to feel empowered in managing your time, work, and school, which I actually spoke with some of your teachers, but before I go that route, let's go over your homework. So, did you guys do it? Yeah, okay, that's good. Remember, last session I said to write down an experience where you felt stressed and how you guys were able to manage it. So, who wants to share? Go ahead, Kim.
I worked at a doctor's office, and there was a lot of patients that day, and a parent of a patient was really upset about the wait time and was yelling at me. So I just took a second before I spoke to the person. I did my breathing exercises to not feel so stressed out about the situation, and then I went from there.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful, Kim. That's really good to hear. Okay. Yeah, trust me, I've worked with working with other people before, and I know how stressful that could be. But that's really good to hear. Who wants to share? Angela?
Yeah, I'll share. Well, I work as an ACES tutor after school, so I go over to the elementary school and I help the students on their homework, and I also help them supervise them and help them with arts and other activities. And sometimes they ask me to stay longer to help make floats for parades or anyways, and I'm, like I said last week, I'm trying to save up money for college, so I always say yes, but it's kind of getting in the way of my homework time. So that's kind of where I get stressed.
Okay, and how are you managing that?
Well, I've been trying to become a little bit more organized with my time.
Okay.
So I started making lists of priorities, and I mean, it's helped a little, but I think I could still do a little better.
Yeah, okay. So you would say that one of the strategies you decided to use is write down, managing your stress.
Yes.
Okay, keeping a record. Perfect. That's really good, Angela. Melissa?
Well, I actually didn't mention this last time, but I do have a job, a part-time job, and I work at retail, and you know, during the holidays, it could be very stressful.
Yes.
Very
No,
stressful.
definitely.
And you could have, those people that are super rude and are just in your face and everything. So I'm just kind of like,
Oh yes, and then in this holiday season,
Oh,
they just want everything.
It's they want it for free.
Yeah.
So
No, I
and
understand.
that's when that's why I asked about the yoga. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and try yoga and just try to, take out that stress and just not think of those people that are on my face. So
And how did that work?
it actually did.
It
I was
did.
like, relax.
That's wonderful, Melissa. That's really good to hear. Albert?
Same here, working at hardware retail and get those customers right now that are asking for the unthinkable, upset because we don't have everything that they actually ask for. So I mean, sometimes I just try to help, and when I'm done with them, say like Melissa, go out there and try to take a breather
Mm-hmm.
and relax because it's just retail, and then come back and just help the next person. But it could be stressful at times. But
Yeah, and how were you able to manage that stress? Now, you mentioned you take a breather, so obviously that has helped, right?
well, in some cases, yes, breathe when you're working.
Okay,
When you get home,
okay.
that doesn't really work.
But at least at work, it works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. That's really great to hear. Okay, so well, thank you guys for sharing. I'm so happy to see that last session did help some of you. Apparently many of you. That is awesome. Okay, now, like I had mentioned, I spoke with some of your teachers, and something they told me was that they feel that your jobs have become a conflict in your academics. I remember that everyone has said you guys have jobs, and apparently hearing you share your stories, many of you, have jobs, and the stress comes from those jobs. Right? So now I'm curious, of course, if I could know, how many hours do you guys work a week?
I work about 20 hours.
20 hours?
And I think that's part-time. I believe I'm part-time. Yeah, I'm part-time. Yeah.
So 20 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you in any activities in school?
No.
No, so you just work?
Yeah, it's just work, and I'm tired though because it's school and then I have to go to work, and then school and then I have to go to work. So yeah, I'm pretty tired when I get home from work after having to wake up early for school, being in my classes, and all that.
And you work 20 hours. Do you work for a day, or how many hours per day?
It varies. Like, I mean, it depends, when they need me also.
Mm-hmm.
If they're gonna need me for 4 hours, for 3 hours, so.
Okay. And it's usually after you get out of school? Okay. Angela?
What was the question again?
Oh, how many hours do you work? How many?
I'm supposed to be working around 15, but usually like they ask me to stay, so I do maybe a little bit over 20 or around 20.
Okay.
Because as an ACES tutor, I also volunteer to be the flags coach. So since the girls come out in all our parades, it's up to me to make up the routines and to teach it to them. So sometimes we stay extra to practice and make sure that they're ready for the parade.
Okay. And see, the ACES is right after school.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the flag team. So once you're out from ACES, do you do flag?
It's usually during the activity time for ACES, but sometimes we do stay a little extra.
So like at what time are you getting out?
Maybe like 7.
7? Okay.
about 20.
20? Okay. And is it right after?
Yeah, right after school
Right
to
after
make up the
school,
hours.
Okay. Albert?
Yeah, about 20 hours a week.
20 hours a week too?
Yeah, usually at 5.
And right after school?
Well, not right after school. I go to football practice,
Okay.
and then I go to work afterwards.
Okay, so wow, so something you guys have in common is you guys are working a lot. And from our previous session, some of you guys are putting in so many hours because you guys want to meet certain goals, right? Okay, so now Angela, sorry to put you in the spot, but I remember that last week you had mentioned you were working because you were trying to save money for college, right?
Yeah.
What college do you want to go?
Well, I applied to a few CSUs and UCs, but I guess UCLA is my main goal.
Okay, UCLA, yeah. That is a very prestigious school. And speaking with your teachers and school counselor, they told me you have the potential to get accepted to a school like UCLA. However, this past semester, Mrs. Aguilar, one of your teachers, was worried because she has noticed some homework's not getting turned in, and I believe you had to do an essay, and she like a essay test, and she thought you were unfocused. Tell me about that. What do you think are some triggers that have caused you to be in a situation like this?
To be unfocused. Well, sometimes I just feel like I have too much going on. Like I mentioned, the making up the routine and having to do that, and then also I have other classes and projects to work on. So sometimes I just my mind just drifts, and I just think about the stuff that I need to get done for the day, rather than focusing on what I need to be doing at that moment.
Yeah, so you have so much going on. I think you're just feeling very overwhelmed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay, so yeah, working so much. So now, have you thought about so you're working a lot right now to save for college. I want to know, have you thought about financial aid and scholarships?
Yeah, I've thought about it, and I definitely want to apply, but since I have so much going on, I don't know if I'll have the time. And also, I think to myself, like, is it really worth it? Because I know that a lot of people apply to like the Dell Scholarship or the Gates Scholarship, and those are amazing scholarships. You get so much money out of it. But I mean, what are the odds that I'm gonna get it?
Okay, so we're already making up ideas, coming up with these stories, right? That thinking, oh, what for? I'm not going to get them, right? Overthinking and stressing over something that has not happened yet, right, Angela?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and all of this goes for all of you who have different goals than Angela. You guys are working a lot of hours and not managing your time. Well, because of certain factors you guys want to meet, correct? Now, we're going to do an activity. I want you guys to make up a friend who is going through the same problem as you guys. For example, I mentioned Angela in school. So she has a friend who wants to go to UCLA and has the potential to it. But, she's working so many hours because she's trying to save money for college, because she believes that, what for applying for scholarships and financial aid. So whatever you guys are stressing about, and also Albert, I remember last time you said you had a high maintenance girlfriend. So I want you guys, so that would be your friend's problem. So whatever you guys are going through, want you guys to make up like a friend who has the same problem as you guys, and I want to know, what advice would you guys give? So go ahead and think about it, and then once you guys are done, who would like to share, and what advice you would give them? Go ahead, take your time, think about it.
I'll just tell them, just go for it, man. It's like, what do you gotta lose?
Okay, so for example, your situation was you were stressing just about life in general.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So your friend tells you, Melissa, I'm just stressing over life. What advice would you give?
Get over it.
Get over it.
I mean, because probably not like, directly like get over it, because that's pretty mean, right? But I'll be like, you just go with it day by day. Like, obviously, you don't overthink it, just like many of us do. And then, you never know what life is going to bring you. You never know what's going to happen the next day or even in the hour. So it's just like, just do you, man. Go do you. Go.
Okay. Okay. Who else wants to share?
I'm still thinking.
I would say tell my friend to either get a new girlfriend or just tough it out and just buy her whatever she wants. I
Okay.
mean, if my girlfriend is high maintenance and
Mm-hmm.
I tell her to get a job because I can't keep up with her.
Okay. Who else wants to share?
Okay. Did you want to go next? Okay. So I have a friend who's trying to work as many hours as they can because they want to save up money for college. But I guess really thinking about it, that friend is stressing about it and is, because they're working so much, they're not really doing the best in their homework or focusing, and so it's kind of like you're hurting yourself. Like, you're trying to save money for college, but you're not even in yet.
Yeah.
If your grades drop, then I would suggest that they focus on their grades, because if not, they're gonna have all this money and they're not gonna be able to use it for college because they're not gonna get accepted.
No, yes, definitely. Okay. Kim?
Well, I would just say about time management, try to organize yourself as much as possible, and reach out for help.
Okay, so your friend was, I believe, trying to save for a car. Okay, because she really wants a car to go to school, right? Okay, so what advice can you tell us?
Staying organized and about the use a planner, just to like write down like what times to do homework, come up from work, and then to save, and you can even put on your planner about saving money, like okay, I need this much, okay, so I can't do this, I can't go shopping, or because I need to pay for my car, because I need it for school, so just a planner.
Okay. Good. Okay. So now I want you guys to think. You guys just shared with me advice you would give in situations that you guys are going through. Okay. Now I want you guys to think. What is keeping you guys from not following that advice you guys just told me? Fear.
Fear of the unknown.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'm just scared of getting into the college of my choice, UCLA, and then I can't go because my parents don't have the funds to pay for it.
Okay.
Also fear about not having enough money to purchase a car or keep my car, and time-wise, because there's not enough hours in the day.
Albert?
I really don't have an answer for that one because
Yeah, your
It's
advice
not-
was leaving your girlfriend.
I really don't want to.
Okay.
So it's something I gotta think about. What I would say.
And you would say it would be your fear leaving her.
So yeah.
Okay. We feel failing or losing something we want, right? But let's think about it. Can our stress interrupt our daily functioning? For example, Albert, you mentioned your girl wants attention and stuff. And do you think working too much and not managing your time well is preventing you to be away from those that you love?
Definitely.
Definitely, right? Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Overwhelmed. That's when the
Overwhelmed.
stress comes in.
That's when the stress comes in. Definitely, yes. That's when it does come out. So, wouldn't you like to feel happy to be able to manage doing more things with your girlfriend?
Oh yeah. It's something that I've talked about with her, trying to figure out different ways but you know, with work it's a little stressful, that's why.
Yeah. Oh yes. I can understand that. Kim, I loved how you mentioned so an advice that you said with the planner. I have found that keeping a planner has helped me to manage my tasks, homework, which I wish I would have had my planner, but I do not have a planner. However, I do have kind of something I wanted to share with you guys, but here it is, okay? Now, I want to know, some of you might be like, oh, sorry. Now this brings us to our assignment for next week. I want you guys to get a planner. Now, I know that some of you might feel like, I know you guys are trying to save for something and be like, I don't have money for a planner. It's okay. You guys could make one. In fact, I actually have one that I know I dated it like this. So we have homework again. For next week, I want you guys to make a planner of all your tasks, school homework, everything that you could include. Preferably, I would actually want you guys to do it hourly, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., like everything since you start your activities at 8 a.m., right? From 8 a.m., even the classes that you have, write down your homework after it, you know, during that time. You know, at what time do you go to work? At what time do you get out? I want you guys to do that, to write that all down, make a planner. I want you guys to do this for this week, and I want you guys to do it for next week. So, I want you guys to input your hours, homework and plans for this week and next week. Then, next session, we will discuss it, and I want to see if it helped you or not. Sounds good?
That's a lot of homework though.
It's you might find it to be useful, Melissa. I will tell you. Sometimes I do forget writing down on my planner.
Like every hour?
Well, if you guys don't want to do it every hour, okay. At least your homework test. This is just a way of managing your tasks, like to see, okay, I did this, when do I have time to do other tasks? Just give it a try. It doesn't hurt to give it a try.
Okay.
Just give it a try. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you. So that will be your homework. Do you guys so I don't know if you guys want to see it or if you guys want a copy of it.
If you have a copy, I would like a copy.
Definitely. I have copies right here, so I'll definitely give you guys one. Well, thank you guys for coming, and I will see you next session, same time, same hour. And you guys have a great day. And remember to breathe in and out, Melissa. Everything's okay. You know, it's not a lot of homework. I just want you to give it a try. And just yoga. There you go. Yoga.
Very true.
And also remember, you guys, think about the present, not the future, not the past. Sounds good? Okay, well, thank you guys, and I'll give you guys a copy, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Thank you so much.